Let's assemble the Hello World circuit board. The tools you will need are a pair of wire snips, a alligator clamp jig or an extra pair of hands, and a soldering iron. The components of the Hello World circuit board are a resistor, an LED, a push button switch, a coin cell battery, a battery mount, 4 standoff legs, and the Hello World circuit board. In order to assemble this, we'll start with the smallest component first, which is the resistor. In order to attach the resistor, bend the leads to a 90-degree angle and insert the resistor into the mount. Press it firmly against the circuit board and then flip it over on the table. Now solder the leads in place. With the lead soldered, snip off the excess wire. Next is the push button switch. Press the switch into the circuit board. The direction that it goes in doesn't matter. Once it is fully seated against the back side of the circuit board, flip it over and solder the 4 leads to the board. The LED has 2 leads. The longer of the 2 leads is the positive, the shorter lead is the negative. When we assemble the LED, we'll assemble it so that the long positive lead is on the left and the short negative lead is on the right. The short negative lead, the minus, is connected directly to the minus terminal of the battery. The positive lead is connected to the resistor, to the switch, to the positive lead of the battery. To assemble this, what I'll do is go ahead and cut off the excess wire. And insert the LED into the circuit board. Next, I'll solder the two leads in place. For the battery mount, we'll use the alligator clamp jig to help us hold it in place as we solder it in. Once you position the battery where you want it, solder the leads. The 4 standoff legs can be screwed in by hand. Insert the screw head through the mounting hole and spin the standoff in on the back. Lastly, we have the battery. The positive side of the battery is the side that wraps around the edges. The negative side of the battery is the smaller side. For the battery mount, if you look closely, you'll be able to see a positive symbol on the tall standing leg, and on this side there's 2 little spring arms, each of them marked with a negative symbol. We'll want to insert the battery so that the positive side of the battery is connected to the positive standing leg of the battery mount. The standing leg controls the amount of tension on the battery. You may need to adjust this. To adjust it, simply bend it over just slightly, just enough force so that when it springs back, it'll put a little pressure on the battery. That completes the Hello World circuit board.